Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second matchup tonight that we have. We have Amaranth from Flower Road versus Aloof Goofs. I am not 100% sure what franchise they're on, but I love the name. And we have the absolute best tier in RSC for you guys in the second game. And comedian, I'm not going to be dazzering here just because I'm on Flower Road. I play for Elite. I play for the Elite team on Flower Road. I am not going to be one-sided here. I am definitely going to run this down the middle, call this down the middle. But I want to see my Amy team on the franchise definitely come out and get a 4-0 here. I'm super excited for this matchup. This is definitely going to be a great matchup here.
Yes. I believe you're going to be totally unbiased and call this game right down the middle. We shall see how that goes. But I'm very excited to get into this matchup. Like I said, this is the most fun tier. We have the amateur tier, so we have Amaranth versus Aloof Goofs going into this matchup.
Yeah, and I think we should jump over here to the seasonal stats. I'm looking at it right now, and Amaranth, they're definitely, from my opinion, just looking at the card here, just 7-1 on the season so far at the beginning. That is super crazy, and that's definitely a strong way to start your first week, is going 7-1. I'm super excited to see how they're gonna stack up against the Vibe Tribe, as they're even right now. And I think the Vibe Tribe here, they should definitely try to get some games off of Amaranth. As I think they should start, come off that even stance that they have in the standings and push up in the standings. I'm also looking, there's a lot of, it's just on the stat sheets, there's goals. Like the goals is just absolutely wild. Shooting percentage, the saves. I feel like the saves are definitely evened out here.
The very first game we saw where kind of like the team stats told us a lot about, how the game was going to go, how we thought the game was going to go. I'm not really seeing that's this much in this stats, because you do have the record, disparity, where you have 7 wins, 1 loss for Amaranth, 4-4 for Aloof Goofs, and for the goals for, it's a 6-goal difference, not really a huge deal. Goals against, 4-goal difference, not really a huge deal. Saves, and even the shooting percentage are both, pretty similar and decent for both teams. So I don't think we'll be able to see that much coming from, maybe the player stats will show us more than the team stats, but I'm not really seeing nothing different from the team stats standpoint.
Yeah, I think we should jump over here to the player stats, as I'm looking at them right now, and I mean it's crazy just looking at these player stats. Amaranth, they're showing some pretty good percentages here, shooting percentages. I want to say that not a thing here is definitely, I can tell he hasn't played a lot of games just because of his stats. So we're just going to focus here on Bernatra, Emily, vBoostedv. In the season, I'm noticing a lot of goals that I could tell that Bernatra here with 11 goals on the season so far. 24 shots, 45% shooting percentage. That's not that bad to start off the season here, comedian. I'm definitely excited just to see. I can't hold it anymore. I'm just excited to get into these games.
Yeah, and you're seeing now the player stats do tell me a lot more than team stats. Just absolutely the season that already Bernatra is having, where 8 games played, 11 goals, shooting 45% with off of 24 shots. But not only the shooting, not only the scoring, but also getting the teammates involved. You have 6 assists coming from Bernatra, so it's not like Bernatra's a selfish player. It's also wants to work the team into it. And Aloof Goofs, you're seeing a lot more even stats across the board. So I'm saying you might see maybe a little bit more Bernatra, potentially Bernatra being the star of and who the offense surrounds, works its way through off of Amaranth, versus Aloof Goofs, who may play more as a team. We'll see. It could just be something I've just come to the conclusion of, but we will see, over the course of these 4 games.
Yeah, and I think we should definitely get into these 4 games and start game 1. We have all the players in the lobby. We're going to give them the green light here to go and get these 4 games started. I am just, oh man, I'm so excited to see this. I am always hyped for Amy. You have Amaranth here, franchise rebuild, not really necessarily a franchise rebuild, but just a switch over from the Mythos. They won. There's 2 players, or Emily here, she got a championship last season through the Mythos, and they're definitely still starting off strong. I don't know if you remember watching that finals, but I remember watching that finals like crazy. It was a lot of weird situations, people disconnecting, and I know the team that they beat, we almost have a goal here already starting off from Amaranth, but there was a lot of like just weird stuff that happened in the finals last season for Amy. So
I actually do remember watching that series as this goal goes in from Demonic Goat, and we have our first points being put on the board by Aloof Goofs. Nice pass by Rich Rowland. And it was such a beautiful pass that both teammates jumped on it. Both of them wanted to get that in the net for him. And Demonic Goat is the one that actually scores it. But yeah, I believe it's still on, I don't know if it's, I believe it's on YouTube, that amateur series finals from last season. That was a wild series. A player got disconnected, and that was the reason why one team was able to tie it up and actually send it to Game 7. And something else happened. I think somebody may have joined early, potentially. It was a whole bunch of, it was a wacky series, a wacky fun series you guys should check out. And let's see if Amaranth can get offense going right now. And Emily, who's a great offensive player, wasn't able to get a second hit on that, but is still in scoring position for Amaranth. So it's not like they've lost control of the ball. They still have great opportunity to get something going with this.
Yeah, and I'm seeing that. Yeah, keep going. Yeah, I mean, I'm seeing that there's a lot of lopsided. They're definitely giving a lot of offensive possessions. Both teams have a lot of offensive possession. As Emily right here has a chance for double tap, and there's a shot right here, and it goes in for bernatra. As I was talking about with these player stats, bernatra is the best player on his team as far as it goes for goals, and you can see it right here, just being ready for a goal from Emily. What a pass by Emily to set up bernatra there to get him a goal. That'll be his 12th goal on the season here, comedian. And we are tied up here 1-1 with 3:25 left on the clock.
Yeah, and I was interested to see, the offense of bernatra. We saw it right there, just scoring goals, and that's a great way to score goals, just being in the right place at the right time. Sometimes goals don't have to be this complicated thing. Sometimes you just score a lot of position goals. I just feel like that was a great position goal in the right place, right time. And let's see. Oh, Rich Rowland, I think just Rich rolled underneath the ball right there, and a second man did not come in for Amaranth to potentially get another goal to make it 2-1. So we are still tied at 1-1, entering the last, a little bit under the last 3 minutes left in this game. And let's see which team can score next.
Yeah, and you're talking about Rich rolling underneath the balls. He has a goal right here. I think he's over here Rick rolling these Amaranth players, man. We talked about him rolling under the ball. Here he is shooting the ball in net, giving them a little Rick roll. And that was just a good shot.
That was a good fake.
That was definitely good positioning. That was a good shot. Good placement. Call him Placement Pete. I think he needs to change his name at some point during the season and change it to Placement Pete. I don't know if his name is Rich, but he definitely needs to get a name change to Pete. But as we're coming in here, we're underneath halfway through. We got the Aloof Goofs. It's such a weird name. I love that name. It's such a beautiful name. They're up 2-1. They're up a goal, and I'm seeing a lot of just different changes of offense here on both sides of the pitch. Both teams are grabbing boosts as they need. They're looking for demos, trying to steal the other team's boost, trying to make cuts there. As you almost saw a cut on the midfield, and there's almost an own goal by vBoostedv. And there's a lot. It's definitely anybody's game here, comedian.
Oh, and Rich is going to put another shot up that is blocked by bernatra. We saw the offense, now we saw the defense to keep this within a 1-goal separation for the team. Maybe bernatra can get another goal on, not like that, not like Not with Rich Rowland just right there, just being everywhere on the court, controlling the midfield. I like the way Rich Rowland plays, because it's just like, really aggressive and just really great control of the midfield and being there and getting a lot of good 50-50s for him. Let's see if we can get a pass coming. We did get a pass, no shot. Rich Rowland with a very strong pass to himself. That was actually a better pass to Bernatra, who ties it up. And right now we're seeing it. We're kind of seeing the team play of Aloof Goofs versus the I don't want to say one-man show, but just a great superstar in Bernatra.
Oh, no, for sure. I mean, I just looked at the score that he's on, and I'm looking at him right now. He's definitely a one-man show for this team right now. He has more points than his teammates right now. He's sitting at 633 points with 2 goals, 2 saves. Or no, I'm sorry, 3 saves, 2 shots on night. He's shooting 100% shooting right now. And he's definitely putting on a one-man show here for this Amaranth team. He's definitely a huge carry, as there's a goal coming in from Rich Rowland, none other than Rich Rowland. And what a pass here by MrAnderpants. That was just a good play there. And vBoostedv, I mean, he didn't boost enough to be able to get up to that ball and make a save for his team, as we're under a minute here in 3-2. It's looking at the Aloof Goofs are going to take this game 1.
Yeah, that shot is so dangerous in the amateur tier, where you just hit the ball, just you pop it off the ground, and right there. And as I'm trying to say, Emily answers back, makes this score 3-3. What a beautiful, just getting a Steph Curry on right there. Caitlin Clark on right there with that very long distance shot right there. And 3-3, 38 seconds left. And we're seeing a little bit of everything from both of these teams, but a lot of great play coming from both sides.
Yeah, and I think we're coming here underneath 30 seconds, and from what it looks like, oh no, there's nobody back on defense for Amaranth. There's an open net. What happened? There's like confusion here in the midfield. Did they run out of boost? Like what's going on here? That's just an open net. That's just like a free. Here you go. There you go, Rich. You don't even worry about it. Don't rush it. You have 0 boost. That's no problem. I'll just dime you up. There's nobody in net. I'm so confused. We're under 23 seconds here, and the Aloof Goofs, they have the advantage here, and I'm just like, what happened?
Rowland played double duty on that play, not only scoring the goal, but also getting the bump that allowed to go. I thought we was going to see a shot, but yeah, it was an Amaranth player that was getting back, and Rich Rowland actually got the bump on that player as well. And Aloof Goofs just steal game 1, and this is not how we thought this was going to go.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, just looking at the stats, vBoostedv, he broke 100 points. Thank goodness. I would have hated to see him under 100 points there. But I mean, both teams were looking really strong here offensively. There's not a lot. I wouldn't say there's a lot of defense, but then again, it's amateur. You don't really expect to see a lot of it. You'll see 1 or 2 crazy saves here. But there's a lot of like just popping at nets, and there's what no saves from the Aloof Goofs here, and there's 4 saves from Amaranth. So they definitely have offense, but they also have that defense side to them as well. And I definitely want to see them get more involved, like overall as a team, and definitely get vBoostedv, more involved on the offense. As you can see here, Emily and Bernatra are definitely the offensive-minded players on this squad. And, and Bernatra, as we were talking about right before we even got into game 1, as we're about to start game 2 here, Bernatra, with his stats, just being an offensive strong player for Amaranth here, as we're waiting for everybody to get back in. We're about to start this game 2, comedian.
Yeah, and we definitely are going to need to see more from vBoostedv, because Aloof Goofs are playing as an entire complete team. They're not playing superstar ball. They don't have 2 offensive-minded players. Their whole team is offensive. It's offensive-minded. So we're going to need a lot more from vBoostedv on this Amaranth team. And I don't know. Do the players know they can join?
Yeah, I think we're starting to get them to go in here.
There we go.
I think they were just waiting for us to give them the green light, and I'm like, just keep sending it. I'm super excited for the rest of these games. I'm really hoping to see that Amaranth take a game off of take a game off of the Aloof Goofs here, as we saw the last 4 games in the rival game that we watched before this. I want to see Amaranth take a game here and put this these 4 games out of 1-1, and you know, see who wants it more, who's hungry for it more to get a 3-1, or maybe we might even see a 4-0 from the Aloof Goofs. Who knows? We never know. It's amateur.
Yeah. And bernatra is the offensive powerhouse we talked about on this Amaranth team. It hasn't had boost for the last 30 seconds. Like, I've just been watching the boost meter. Like, definitely going to need to get some boost, buddy. And vBoostedv goes up with no boost at all. So I don't know if you see something I'm not seeing, if Aloof Goofs are stealing boost or what, but it's been a lot of just dry tanks on this Amaranth team. But there goes a shot from bernatra that sneaks in with a beautiful pass from vBoostedv. Hopefully, you know, that gets boosted confidence up. And I don't know how that even snuck in there. I have no idea.
And it's crazy how you were talking about, you know, them getting boost and being dry. And I mean, if you looked at it, bernatra had no boost for that shot. And you don't need boost to get a good shot in. I mean, come on now. That was such a good shot. No boost. As we almost had a 50 here on the goal line. What a save by Emily. Is she going for a flip reset here? Oh, that was so close. I would have loved to see like a flip reset musty come out of Emily there. That would have been absolutely wild, as bernatra here trying to set up another opportunity. As vBoostedv's back. Did he get the touch? He got the touch on there. And yeah, I mean, as I was saying, that you don't need boost to get a good shot. And vBoostedv, we were talking about it last game, and get more involved on offense. And I've noticed a lot in this game too. He's definitely making himself more getting involved, as he almost had a shot there. And you know, he had a good pass for bernatra. Bernatra getting a goal in with no boost. I've been seeing a lot of big improvements for Amaranth here, comedian.
It could be, you know, the stream jitters. You know, playing on stream is a lot more nerve-wracking. You know, just playing a series. You know, you have people watching. You know, it's what 200, 300 people. You know, viewers we get for these games. So, you know, maybe just vBoostedv needed that first series out the way, and Rich Rowland keeps the ball on their side of the field, and bernatra right there. I guess bernatra is just able to get power underneath their shots without boost, because bernatra is never in any rush to get boost. I actually like that though. Being able to play without boost is actually a skill to have. And another shot right there, just a little bit too strong. Maybe that's why bernatra doesn't try to get boost. Bernatra's like, I'm too strong when I have it, so I want an empty tank. But that shot right there is way too strong. Just needed to be a little bit inside. And Rich Rowland is going to take control of that, but not for long. And we are back on Amaranth's side of the field and get a shot from bernatra.
Wow. That's absolutely wild.
is living up to the hype. Bernatra right there is living up to the hype. And another goal with 0 boost. This is how cocky Bernatra is. Bernatra then goes and gets boost after the goal for no reason.
He's like, you know, I'm dry, whatever. I'll just get your boost after I score. You know, as there's almost a scoring opportunity for MrAnderpants there. But I mean, as we were saying, yeah, he's just strong. And even during that goal that he shot, I saw that he turned around because he noticed that all his teammates, they went back for boost. And he's like, okay, you know what? They're back for boost. I'm going to definitely keep this ball downfield, as this ball is being pushed downfield by vBoostedv, and he avoided a demo. What a big brain that vBoostedv had there. And, you know, bernatra is definitely living up to the hype, as you said. He's playing patient. He's playing the ball. He's not paying attention to what the players are doing. He's, you know, just all around on defense, offense.
This is a shot. Oh, no, it's not.
It was close. And bernatra there, I mean, look at it. He's all around. He's there when he needs to be, as he almost all gold. And there's a shot. What a save by vBoostedv. But, I mean, this man, bernatra, he's scoring on the other opponent's net. He's trying to score on his own team's net. Like, this man is out of his mind, comedian. It's absolutely wild what I'm watching out of bernatra here.
Bernatra has that Mamba mentality. It doesn't matter if it's my goal, your mother's goal, your sister's goal. I want to score. Period. And bernatra is just putting on a show right now. And this could be promising right now. Oh, but Rich Rowland, right place at the right time, as you say, pushing P right there. Rich Rowland was. perfect opportunity to stop that score in advance. But, it's dangerous because bernatra was right there and wasn't able to get anything going. 30 seconds left. The Aloof Goofs have to get something going. That's too strong. Can they get a rebound? And they do. MrAnderpants makes this score 2-1 with 25 seconds left.
And man, like watching that ball float over, I saw a lot of wifties come out on both sides trying to panic to either get a redirect or even on the side of Amaranth, they're trying to get a goal, like just to save, and they whiffed. As I was saying, whifty. Jorby, Mr. Jorby, shout out to you for coming up with that term. It's my favorite term in Rocket League ever from a caster. And I'm so happy to have been said as that ball's going past vBoostedv, and we are tied up with 11 seconds here. What a shot by Rich Rowland, being able to get enough power to put that behind vBoostedv. And bernatra almost had a touch there, but it went right behind. vBoostedv was just not in the right place at the right time to get a good touch on it there, comedian. And we're tied up here. We're coming up with 10 seconds left, and we might have an overtime here in game 2.
It looks like we are going over to, oh no, 10 seconds left and we are on the Amaranth side of the field. Can they get something going? No, Rich Rowland is going to, is it going to try to air dribble? No, gets a pass and MrAnderpants just knocks it down. And we are in overtime. I think what happened on that Rich Rowland goal was Rich saw that vBoostedv wasn't in the position that they needed to be in to make a save on that ball from that angle, and he put the ball right there in that angle. Right there in the right position. And let's see, MrAnderpants trying to take control, a little flick. Can they get another touch? And they do. Can Rich Rowland get this goal? And beautiful pass, beautiful shots. That's exactly how the coach drew it up. Nice win.
That was definitely a good win there, comedian. And even with it was hard to tell. I think it was Anderpants. Anderpants had possession of that ball and he was keeping it close and saucing up the rest of that team. He sauced up Emily. He sauced up bernatra, who's been strong. And I mean, you're looking at these stats, bernatra being on top of the leaderboard again for the team, and then Rich Rowland being on top for Aloof Goofs as he has MVP for game 2. And it was just really good possession of game, a good possessive overtime, how short it was. And just, it was a good game here. And it's crazy. We're seeing on paper, as I was talking about, the series before this on the rival game, I'm always a fan of the underdogs. And we have the underdogs here, which is the Aloof Goofs they're not necessarily underdogs in their tier just because they're evened out with their record. But it looks like we're going to have a stub here maybe. I saw vBoostedv left the match. I'm not 100% sure. They didn't say anything. But yeah, I mean, just noticing on paper that we talked about it, during the pre-show here, that paper doesn't matter. You come out and play. It's anything can happen.
Yeah, and I think we are definitely getting a sub. I think vBoostedv is getting subbed out, which, as you said, vBoostedv to me played, way better in game 2 than game 1. So I'm actually kind of surprised to see a sub. Now, vBoostedv did, I believe you can fault vBoostedv for giving up 2 goals. So maybe, that's why they feel like, they want to make that change, and see if, if a player, whoever their other third man is, comes off, can give them a better opportunity against the Aloof Goofs team, who are just taking games right now.
Yeah, and right now we're kind of just waiting for this fourth to come in, and not a thing. He is coming in to sub in for vBoostedv here. And as we were talking about in the pregame, not a thing. He has 2 goals to his name, 3 shots on net with a 66% shooting percentage, and that's off of 1 game there, comedian. So hopefully he comes out here and helps out the offense a little bit more for the side of Amaranth. I'd love to see Amaranth here try to get a game off of Aloof Goofs, and the best that they could do right now is get an even 2-2 and avoid to get swept, and hopefully that not a thing coming in is going to help that out for this team.
Yeah, and sometimes that subbing out that player, getting a different third player in there, can throw the team off, because the Aloof Goofs have gotten this sort of a rhythm going against, the 3 that Amaranth was putting out there. So maybe, switching up the lineup a little bit, can cause a little confusion for Aloof Goofs and have to get used to a different rotation and, the way these guys play together. So possibly we could see that making a change. Right now, and Emily just pushes it out. We almost saw a goal early to start that off on the Aloof Goofs.
Yeah, and I mean we're starting off here, and bernatra, that's a big whiff right there. Emily's there to clean it up, and there's an open net a little bit there, and we had a double commit and a team bump on the midfield, but they still have possession here, and a big 50 there coming out from Demonic Goat as they're still on the side of Amaranth. As the Amaranth, they're struggling to, and this is an open net and open shot for Rich Rollin. I was talking about this in game 1. This dude's Rick rolling right now, man. He bumped not a thing. He's like, get out of my way, sir. I'm trying to come in here and shoot it on your net. It's open, and I mean, we're starting off. It's still early in the game here, 4 minutes, 17 seconds, and Aloof Goofs, they're up a goal.
Yeah, and we talked about this in the first game, how much big of a difference possession makes in this game. You know, whatever team gets the possession more, rather than just knocking the ball off the wall, or actually trying to get some double touches, or because back-to-back touches. And do we get a shot right here? Emily was just kind of just sitting there. I don't know if that was almost like a WWE spot where both people knew what was going to happen, because the shot was there and Emily was just sitting right there for some reason, but it worked out perfectly. And but it just seems like Aloof Goofs is just getting more possession on the ball rather than just knocking the ball off the wall. They're trying to get each other involved, and it's working. It's playing real great dividends for the team. But not a thing gets a shot up over Rich Rolling over the defense, 1-1, and already making their presence known.
Yeah, for sure. And even seeing that, bernatra noticing that the ball's coming towards him and he wants to go for boost, but he's so selfless. And we've been talking about this these past games, how he goes for balls with no boost and getting goals and everything. And, that was such a good pass, turning around, getting a dunk for not a thing. And, it is not a thing that he comes in here to sub in for vBoostedv to, get this offense going and get cooking. And, I mean, right there's a good 50 by Emily. She's going to push up here to try to get another touch, maybe get a center for bernatra, who I'm assuming, yeah, there he is. I feel like every single time I'm watching these games, wherever the ball's going, bernatra seems to be where the ball's at. It's like he has a little tracker on his car, like just tracking. It's like a homing missile that bernatra has on his car to get to the ball. And as he went for the ball there to try to get a pass for his team, as this ball is coming towards the net, the side of Amaranth, and what a post off by not a thing, as they're on the side of Amaranth here to see if there's a offensive possession here, as they're getting a big clear open net. bernatra, and he missed. It was a close redirect. It was a big opportunity.
That was a big demo opportunity right there.
But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of just it's a big lot of change of paces on both sides, and both sides are definitely fighting for midfield possession. I'm noticing a lot that Amaranth here, they're winning a lot of these midfield possession wins, but they're not calculating, or I can't even find the word. I'm just lost just watching this game, this amazing gameplay here that we have from Amy here tonight. But just composing, offense after that midfield possession is important here, comedian, as you were talking about possession. As there's an open net.
Oh, do we have an open? Rich Rowan just in the right place, in the right time, per usual. And not a thing. Oh, that would have been great. That would have been great. Just actually move the ball a little bit, shot it way too far to one side. And Rich Rowan again, just in the right place at the right time. Rich Rowan is such a problem for Amaranth. And whenever they try to get anything going on offense, Rich is just right there. Right there, look at him, right there. just becoming a nuisance for this team. It's just his game sense and how he knows to be where exactly he needs to be at on the field. And do we have? Oh, I thought that was a little bit long ago. That could have been dangerous.
Yeah, and you're talking about Rich Rowan being a problem for the Aloof Goofs for Amaranth. I think that bernatra here, he's also being a problem for the side of the Aloof Goofs, as he has a pass right there, and that was so close with Emily trying to get a shot, and there's another shot coming in off the rebound. And bernatra, I mean, look at him, he's just turning, he has boost, which is surprising because usually that man has no boost as they're rushing back right now to get back on the net. And it's an open net. What a save as the ball's floating, and another good save by Not a Thing. As this game is staying tied 1-1, we're under 30 seconds. We might have another overtime here, comedian.
It's looking like it, but it's 20 seconds to go. It's a lot of time, and we are Amaranth's side of the field. Let's see if they can attack, but Rich Rowland is right there, and Not a Thing is right now just proving why they need more playing time. Just look at, we talked about how bernatra was at the top of the scorecard every single time for this team, but now you have Not a Thing taking this over, and it looks like we are going overtime. 1-1. Let's see. This is exciting.
This is definitely exciting, and this is definitely a game that Amaranth needs to win here. They need to get this game, this match series to 1-2 to make that opportunity to get to 2-1, as we have offense right off the bat from a strong offensive possession, as there's a little bit of fumbling going on the side of Amaranth, but they had right off the bat, off the kickoff, a strong possession as that ball is floating, and what a save! Power of friendship is really a big factor there, as there's a big bump from Bernatra, and that dude is just all over the faces of, I mean, there he is again, all over the faces of Aloof Goofs during these games, and I mean, it's absolutely wild what I'm watching here. Is there's a big bump that comes out, and like I said, Amaranth here with strong possession, they got to fall back here, get it on defense, reset, but definitely strong offensive possession here coming from Amaranth here on this overtime here, comedian.
Yeah, we need to test Rich Rowland's card, because it doesn't matter how hard he gets bumped. His card does not move, and he's absolutely, again, in the right place at the right times. As you said, pushing placements, just perfect positioning. And to win the third game in this series for Aloof Goofs, does it again.
This is absolutely wild watching. I mean, Rich Rowland here, MVP for game 3. That is 3 games in a row that this dude, he's just rolling right now. He's rolling through these games and getting them wins. I mean, Amaranth right here, they're struggling a little bit to have good defense. I mean, they have 5 saves here this game, but I mean, even so, they're it's like those saves ain't showing really much. I mean, they're getting these goals. I mean, they're keeping the games close, which I appreciate a lot. I mean, that's double overtimes that we've had back to back. And yeah. I just want to see more. Like, they need to start getting these goals, and I mean, they're having all this offensive pressure. I feel like they're having more offensive pressure than the Aloof Goofs are. I noticed that the Aloof Goofs, all their goals are from counterattacks with the Amaranth on the back foot. I would just love to see more of Amaranth here have 2 people forward, 1 person back, so when that ball comes back towards them, they can send the ball back downfield for their team and keep possession of offense. But I mean, we're coming up here on game 4, and we're looking to get a 4-0 possibly from the Aloof Goofs on Amaranth.
Earlier in this series, you talked about Bernatra having a GPS tracker on the ball. Bernatra needs to put that GPS tracker on Rich Rowland, because Rich Rowland is just causing fits for this Amaranth team. Just hasn't been able to stop Rich from just taking games from them.
Yeah, I definitely agree, and I'd love this. I think demos. I won't be surprised if demos do come out this game from the side of Amaranth. I would love to see them start to open up that defense more, and try to get these goals to go in. I mean, they have so much offensive pressure on the Aloof Goofs, as right there's a big demo, a double demo on both sides. But I mean, as I was saying, they need to start opening up more opportunities for their teammates on the offensive side. Look for these demos, and as I was saying during the break, just having sending 2 people forward, having 1 person back, just in case that ball comes back on their side, they can send it back down and keep more of an offensive possession here, comedian.
Yeah, and we are still at 0-0 with 4 minutes and 30 seconds left. Let's see if we get a goal. Oh man! And as you said, I feel like the demos. There has been some more demos in this game. I feel like the goals have come off in this game. Both teams, they've played each other, 3 games now. They've seen all they need to see. They know every strategy and whatever the other team's going to throw at them. Right now, they're just back and forth. And we saw that who is Aloof Goofs, actually made a change, swapped out Demonic Goat for Dracula. So let's see if Dracula can have the same effect on Aloof Goofs and finish the 4-0 sweep. Well, no, not technically a sweep, but the 4-win series. The same, and play as well as Not a Thing, because Not a Thing came in and played very well for Amaranth, definitely earning more playing time. So let's see if bernatra can get something going, just absolutely fighting. The fight in bernatra is just ridiculous.
Yeah, he definitely hasn't let off the gas pedal ever since the first game, as there's a shot in perfect top left by Not a Thing. As we have a first goal coming from Amaranth, and these past games, I've noticed that Amaranth, they didn't really put up the first goal, and usually with what we've been tracking is these first goals that have been going in, the team usually ends up getting the dub. So hopefully this is a good thing, a good momentum boost for Amaranth to get a one-game win, like a one game for these 4 games that they were playing here tonight, and hopefully that it just changes their mindset, and they need to keep going. They're definitely doing better on offense. I've noticed that they're starting to keep one person back, as I was talking about. Who knows, they might be stream sniping right now. Is that goal? It's a goal by Dracula. And I mean, there's just a lot going on right now, comedian.
Yeah, and these players that are coming, that are being rotated in, they are coming up and just bringing such a different type of energy to these teams that definitely Amaranth needed when they made the change and brought in Not a Thing. But also you're seeing Aloof Goofs getting some points from their sub, and Dracula right there with that beautiful goal. And let's see how this last 3 minutes of gameplay plays out right now. We've played 3 games, and Aloof Goofs have won all games, including an overtime in game 2 and an overtime in game 3. Let's see if the Amaranth team can take game 4 to at least walk away with a victory. But even no matter how this game goes, this is a test that you want your team to take early on in the season. Because both teams are very even. This could be a playoff matchup. You do not know. So and bernatra with the shot on, just a little off, and they needed that goal. And bernatra tried to sneak that one in, but Dracula was right there to take the bite out of that shot. And yes, I made that pun because that's the type of person that I am. And we see a whiff. We see 2 whiffs. Oh my goodness!
That is absolutely wild. Absolutely crazy.
2 whiffs, 3 whiffs.
It is Whiff City out here, comedian, and it's definitely hammy for sure. I love seeing all the whiffs, and I love when we go to Whiff City, as we did see there on the goal line. And there's another whiff. We are definitely here in Whiff City out here, ladies and gentlemen. And this is, I absolutely love watching it. It's great. And we're seeing here, more offense coming from Aloof Goofs, and there's some bumps coming out here too. And Amaranth here, they're trying to push his back ball downfield to get more possession, as there's a big double commit. So bernatra is all alone. And there's another whiff that came out. And it seems like nobody wants to score the ball right now. It seems like they want to take this to overtime, which, oh my gosh, I am all for going to overtime. And we all know, ladies and gentlemen, these past games that have been overtime, as we're here coming in under a minute, as Rich Rollins up to not take it to overtime. We noticed that Aloof Goofs, they've been winning every single overtime that they've been playing so far.
Yeah, we are 50 seconds left remaining from a potential 3rd overtime, but not if Emily and bernatra can have anything to do about it. Nice goal by Emily for being right there, and a beautiful bump by bernatra. I did not see that bump originally when it happened, but nice bump from bernatra. 2-1, 43 seconds left. Amaranth is trying to get their first win. We're trying to get 1 win in this series to walk away with something.
Yeah, definitely. And as you were saying, we've been talking about bernatra these 4 games, how much of a fiend he's been on the side of the Aloof Goofs on offense, just getting that big bump to open up for Emily. As I was talking about, I wanted to see more of that come out of Amaranth, and he definitely lived up to the hype as I was expecting about getting just more in their face offense as we're coming down to the final 10 seconds to see if Aloof Goofs can get the ball downfield, but it doesn't look like it, and the ball's just going to roll and die as we have avoided a sweep on stream. And that was a big win from Amaranth. It was good to get a win, avoid that sweep. We can't really say there's a caster's curse going on here as there was no 2-2. So it was definitely interesting. We had 2 games tonight on stream with 3-1s. And I mean, I think comedian from here, I think we should go into MVPs. Who do you think is MVP of these 4 games?
Before I go to the MVP, let's give a shout out to MrAnderpants for playing with one of the OG cars, the Takumi. You don't see too many people play with the Takumi anymore past silver. So big shout out to MrAnderpants for keeping that alive in this tier at this level. I'm going Rich Rowland for my MVP. Rich Rowland was just a complete menace everywhere on the field, whether it be on offense, whether it be on defense. Just beautiful game sense, being able to read where the ball was going and to make it very hard for the offensive players of Amaranth to get started.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, there was a player that I remember that I played against that played in a Takumi. He was in veteran. He played with like camera shake. It was the weirdest thing ever. But I mean, even so, I definitely shout out to MrAnderpants playing in the Takumi, one of the OG cars, and you never really see anybody playing that anymore. But definitely huge shout out to him. I'm gonna get into MVP here. I definitely, man, I have to go with Rich Rowland here. I mean, the dude, he was everywhere you needed him to be for Aloof Goofs. I definitely think that he was definitely the problem child, as we were talking about during these 4 games. For Amaranth, he was a huge problem on the offensive side, even the defensive side. Just being in the right place at the right time, keeping the pace of bernatra that was trying to be just a fiend on offense, in which he was. And sorry, I'm choking on my words here. He was I just have to give it to Rich Rowland here. He was definitely the backpack, so to speak, for this Aloof Goof company. But yeah, I'm definitely going to go with Rich Rowland here as MVP.
Yeah, I am in agreement. Now, we saw it Takumi this stream. Next stream, we need to see a Merc. I want to see a Merc. Who's going to bust out the Merc for the next stream?
I'm definitely in agreement. I love the Merc. That's definitely a big body, but I surely want to see somebody come out with a scarab. I mean, we cannot forget about the scarab here. And somebody definitely needs to rock a cockroach on that scarab. They need to put the cockroach topper on that scarab. I would definitely fall in love with whoever does that. Shout out to the team in EU that is no longer a team anymore. There was a player over there in RLCS that would rock different cars because everybody was definitely not believing in him to rock different cars and compete in the competitive scene as RLCS is. And he was putting cockroaches on his cars that he was rocking, and he was just dominating EU back in the day. So I definitely want to see somebody come out with a scarab with a cockroach topper on. Shout out to TSG. I believe it was TSG Esports in EU that did that. I forget who the player was, but shout out to whoever that player was that was doing it. I definitely want to see somebody in RSC do that. It would definitely be big hype on stream.
Well, somebody take the challenge. Somebody step up and give us what we want.
$100 for Amazon. Anybody that does it.
Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to wrap up for the games that we have for stream tonight. We want to thank you from everybody over here in media, me, BBC. Shout out to Taz, did a wonderful job on production. And we want to thank you guys for coming out and watching these amazing games with us. And you guys, we all wish you guys a happy rest of your Monday, even though it's not Monday anymore because it's past midnight. So we are on Tuesday, but hopefully everybody has had a wonderful night. And hopefully we look forward to seeing you guys on the next stream.
All right. Until next